Obviously, like still 3 weeks out at this point, but what's the weight like for you? Is it a big cut for you down to straw weight?
Not really, no. But obviously we've had quarantine and I moved up like a couple weight categories. I was weighing like literally I was weighing like 64 this time last year. 6 weeks ago I was at 62 and now I'm about 54 kg, 54 and a half. So I only
Yeah,
need to lose like 2.5 kg in the next 3 weeks and that should be all right.
yeah.
This is only my second time fighting at 52 kg as well. I made that in 2019, and that was a really hard weight cut for me. But this one's actually going really well.
Which fight was that for? Sorry.
The 2019 one, that was when I fought on ECMMA.
Oh yeah, I thought because you fought her a few times in 2019, didn't
Yeah, I fought like 20 times in 2019, all different
you?
weights, from like
Yeah.
52 to like 60, something stupid
Not
like
all
that.
MMA though, were they?
No, I had mostly Muay Thai because you can get more Muay Thai fights compared to MMA. I fought 3 times in MMA that year and I won all three of them. And I fought like 12 or 13 times Muay Thai or K1 and I won all of them but one, I think.
Yeah. How come it's easier to get Muay Thai fights than it is MMA fights? Do you think?
Not really, Muay Thai, you can do a lot of tournaments. There's a lot of tournaments that you can really do. And I think for MMA, after I had my first MMA fight, it takes more of a toll on your body after MMA compared to Muay Thai. You have to take a couple weeks off after having an MMA fight. Compared to Muay Thai, you could have 2, 3 fights that same day if it's a tournament or fight straight after. And I think there's more local shows compared to MMA around,
More
so you
like
can get more fights.
more like
Pardon?
inter club, more like inter club like events. Do you think? Is that? Yeah.
Precision, like home shows do more MMA fights. Like I know Team Underground, my club, they have a MMA show. I can get on that as well. They do Thai boxing shows. A lot of gyms do Thai boxing shows. You can get a lot of fights that way, or just go up and down the country. There's a tournament every single week.
Yeah.
And I don't think there's such thing as MMA tournaments, like amateur tournaments. You can go on and just get experience.
Yeah. Why do you think it takes more of a toll on your body? Is it like because of the grappling? Do you reckon?
Yeah, definitely. Like, that's the first thing that I realized in MMA. Like it's a total different fitness and cardio, and it works your whole body from your legs to your arms, like holding a person down and stuff like that. Grappling, it just and even with the smaller gloves as well, you're taking more impact. The jiu-jitsu it strains your body more than Thai boxing. Even though I think Thai boxing can get a little bit more injured as well. And I fight pro Thai boxing, so that's elbows, knees to the head, and stuff like that. But yeah.
Yeah. Like, how do you think it's different in fitness? Is that because like the fitness required like for the grappling is that different? Like more of a strength aspect you don't really get from strike, just pure striking.
Yeah, I think definitely for me, like especially in the gym wise, I'm fighting heavier people and they're on top of me. I have to use a lot of strength to try to get them off. But I think especially for when you're beginner, you use a lot of strength in jiu-jitsu because you don't really have the type of techniques to like maneuver your body in certain situations. But yeah, it's just different cardio, different technique. A lot of people come from like striking backgrounds and they try to do jiu-jitsu and then they gas out in like 10 seconds. Like I can go 5 rounds in Thai boxing, but going 5 rounds in jiu-jitsu is total different. But
Yeah.
yeah.
Same for like, a lot of beginners like myself included try like muscle out positions in jiu-jitsu.
That's why it's easier. That's why the small person always will beat like you have like a blue belt that's that weighs like 55 kg can beat up a newbie that weighs like 75, 80 kg just for like
Mm.
using technique and they're trying to use their muscle. You just wait for them to make a mistake and just choke them out. It's easier.
Yeah. I think I read somewhere you started training Muay Thai when you were 8. Is that true? And how did you get into it when you were like so young?
When I was 9 years old, Muay Thai straight away. I started MMA about 2.5 years ago, but Muay Thai when I was really young, about 9 years old. I started off because my brothers used to do it, and my dad used to keep us active. Like I did every single sport. I did like running, swimming, long distance, riding bikes. I did every single sport. And I used to do that for about a month or so, and I used to not really like it, didn't really favor it. And one day I just came into a gym that my brothers used to do, and I just fell in love with it from the first day, and I just carried on. I just wanted to win all the medals and trophies, all the belts, and I loved it. My team there, and I just felt at home and just carried on.
Yeah. So just like when you
Yeah,
started, it was just at the gym with your brothers when you were young,
yeah.
just watching
I
them.
used to get beat up when I was younger as well, when I was 9 years old. I used to be like the only girl in the class, and everyone there was heavier, bigger, and guys. And I used to just get punched in the face all the time. I used to just get, I don't know why I stayed, but I loved it in the end. I just kept coming back, and yeah.
Yeah.
And like even my first fight when I was 9 years old, I made the girl cry in the first round from kicking her, and they got me another opponent on the same day, and I made her cry, and they got me a 14-year-old. They got me a 14-year-old when I was 9 years old, and I made her cry in the first. It was amazing. I just carried on. I
Yeah.
loved it.
How come? I mean, it's obviously to see your sort of striking background in your MMA fights as well. Like your first few opponents, none of them wanted to obviously stand with you. No, obviously disrespect to them, but just going like straight for the clinch and the takedown.
Yeah, that's what all my opponents are gonna be like. That's what my coach drilled on me from like the beginning. My first MMA fight, he's just like, they're gonna take you down. That's why I think my one of my greatest strengths in MMA now is my takedown defense. Hardly no one in my gym could take me down, because all we've been drilling for my fights is takedown defense, takedown defense. Because that's all my opponents are gonna do. Because for me, I'm really lucky. I've had about 9, 10 years of just pure striking background. Some of these fighters, they've been just doing like jiu-jitsu striking for about 4 or 5 years max. So I know my striking is like a level above most of these fighters. So their main purpose is to take me down. But hopefully my next opponent, I think she's a striker, and she looks like she's really game. And her last fight, she was really forward and aggressive striker. So hopefully we can finally have a striking fight, and
Yeah,
she doesn't just try to take me
good
down.
scrap, like.
But yeah, even though I love striking now, but I've been working my jiu-jitsu game for the past year, so I kind of want to test myself and dip into those waters in my next fight, maybe.
Yeah. How come you decided to transition to MMA then?
It's kind of getting to that point. Like Muay Thai was kind of frustrating me. I wasn't getting the big fights that I kind of wanted to, and stuff like that. And I just finished in college. They were asking me my careers, what I wanted to do when I was older. And as you could tell, Muay Thai doesn't really have that much money in the sport. The payday is not great, and you can't really live off fighting Muay Thai for the rest of your life. And all I want to do is fight. And to do that, you have to either go into boxing or MMA. And I love kicking too much to do boxing, so I chose MMA. Like
Yeah.
I didn't even like MMA in the beginning, but I just fell in love with it now.
Yeah. See about like college and stuff, like outside of training, was it ever part-time to sort of training part-time whilst going to uni,
Yeah, definitely. I've been
or have you just
juggling
been training full-time since college, if you know what I mean?
since college. Since I finished college.
What's that, sorry?
Since I finished college, have I been training full time?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, that's my main focus right now. Just trying to train as much days and much times a day as I can, and fight as much as I can. Right now, because I still live with my parents. I don't have to pay bills and stuff like that. So right now, as I'm still young, I'm just trying to get in all the fights and all the experience and all the training as I possibly can right now to make it pro quickly, so I can get a great payday. So that's what I've been doing since I finished college about 2 years now, actually.
yeah. What did you make? Obviously, you said like the fitness aspect
Yeah.
sort of hit you, but what did you make of the grappling when you first started after like transitioning to MMA?
It did. I hated it. I didn't get it. I just saw like heavy, sweaty people just hugging, just doing weird stuff on the floor. I didn't like it one bit, and I
Struggle
just felt
cuddles.
like a fish out of water. Yeah, because I've obviously came up from like a top end of a high sport of Muay Thai, being like one of the best in the room, to come in and be like one of the worst in the room and just getting submitted. It was really, really frustrating. But down at Team Underground, they just made it feel like home, and they just encouraged me to come back, kept teaching me stuff, and I just kept coming back. Steve and all the guys down there really made me comfortable, and it's my jiu-jitsu's improved so much from there. And now I really really like it.
Yeah, did it sort of hit your ego a little bit then when you were obviously not
Yeah,
top of the
it
class
humbled me.
anymore?
It humbled me, but it humbled them as well, because they're like, they don't really want to, submit me every single second, because they know when you get to the standing aspect, I'll just kick them in the face or something like that.
Yeah,
But it goes the other way around as well. I don't want to beat them up, because I know when they take me down, they would just choke me out straight away. So yeah,
yeah.
we just help each other out.
What's your ground game like then? Is it at the minute? Is it like purely like defensive, trying to get back to your feet, or do you look for submissions on the ground as well?
It's kind of both at the moment. In the beginning, it was more like, yeah, you get down, escape, bridge, and get back to your feet. Obviously, we've had this year-long break that I wasn't on fight camp, and it gave me the time to actually slow down and work on my submissions and actually be an aggressive jiu-jitsu practitioner in the gym. So yeah, we've been learning a lot of different submissions. My favorite submissions, the omoplata. I do that to everyone. I just catch everyone with that one. So
Yeah,
yeah, I've just been. I think my style is more MMA based, more than traditional jiu-jitsu. So I'm more position over submission. 'Cause obviously, I still like hitting people in the face. So the second I get down, get a good position, get mount, side control, half guard, and start laying the shots down. Get a cheeky armbar sign. But yeah.
do you get any time in with the gi on as well, or do you just obviously train MMA? Do you just train no gi all the time?
I do both nowadays a lot. I do jiu-jitsu 4 or 5 times a week, and half of that twice a week, and that's in the gi. Um, so yeah, I'm trying to get my blue belt. Steve, my coach, he's just not giving it. I told him if I get my blue belt, I'm never doing gi again. So he said he's never gonna give me my blue belt.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna be a forever white belt. I told him I'm gonna be the best white belt in the whole world. He said
Supposed to keep
okay.
you around.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, I enjoy both. In the beginning, I really hated gi, because it's just sweaty, just like extra baggage. I didn't really know the grips. It was just a really of a hassle, and I thought of it as really pointless. But I kind of like it now. I kind of find it a bit more easier than no gi, um, easier maneuvers and stuff like that. So yeah, I really enjoy it.
Because of the extra grips then.
Yeah.
Obviously, like your last fight with Cyric, it felt like she was the first fight that was more comfortable to stand and trade with you.
Yeah.
Did it sort of feel like a
Definitely.
step up in your level of opponent, like fighting her then, like compared to your other ones?
Yeah, definitely. Even my other opponent, the opponent, Bezzy, she's INAF amateur world champion as well, and she was just trying to shoot for me. But Ivana, yeah, she was a really game opponent. She's seasoned. She's cage row 61 kg champion. She's had a lot of fights, a lot of experience. She's a purple belt as well, so she had a lot of confidence, and she's like 10 kg heavier than me as well. So she had a lot of confidence coming into that fight. And other fighters, they might be a bit phased of like my stand up, but I thought she wasn't that phased, and yeah, she stood her ground and was really aggressive. But I found that after the fight that she was trying to take me down the whole fight, but she couldn't really find an opening. Maybe it was because of my kicks or stuff like that. She didn't want to get caught by a shot or something like that. But yeah, she was really good.
Yeah, so a testament to your takedown defense then as well.
Yeah. Well, that's what we've been working on. Like my whole fight camp, Steve, my MMA coach, who just like get people to like sit on me on the wall and stuff like that, just take me down, take me down, take me down. So frustrating, but it works wonders.
Yeah, I bet you're just like, oh, just get off me. I just want to kick you.
That was me. Yeah, that was me in the beginning of my MMA career. Just like these people just want to hug me. I just want to punch people in the face. I know they
Yeah,
just want to just run for my legs, and I just want to stand and bang. But yeah, hopefully it'll be different this one.
yeah. Unfortunately, obviously, it was like the first loss of your amateur career. Did sort of affect your mindset at all after that, like in any way?
Yeah, definitely, it definitely did in good ways and bad ways. obviously on fight now, I was devastated. I'm a competitor. I love winning, and obviously when you take a huge loss like that, it's gonna crush you. And I was like that for about a couple hours after. But then obviously I jumped in to call my friends and stuff like that, and I'm back to normal. But the day after, on the Sunday, I was straight back in the gym working the same position that I lost in, and that's my type of mindset. There's no point sulking off a loss, because that's not going to do anything for you in the future. Like I don't sulking off a loss, then it's just going to happen again. So I just went straight back in the gym, keep learning on my weaknesses, and yeah, just move on and learn from that fight.
Yeah, I feel like your teep kick is a weapon like you use quite a bit in your fights.
Yeah, that's my gym specialty. I don't know. Do you know Jonathan Haggerty?
I don't know, sorry.
He's a former one championship Muay Thai flyweight champion of the world,
Yeah.
and that's his
Sorry,
specialty as
my
well.
Muay Thai knowledge is lacking quite a bit, unfortunately.
Yeah, he won the one championship. Yeah, that's his specialty. That's my whole gym specialty. Christian knows. Our teams are devastating. I just get that on everyone. It's so unexpected as well, especially in MMA. I've realized people don't usually use that kick a lot, and it just comes out of nothing. And especially for me to like gauge distance and work off it as well is like a really high aspect of my game. And I love it.
Yeah. Is it sort of used to like control range quite a bit then with your opponent when they're obviously moving on to you?
Yeah, definitely. So there's different types of front kicks. You can have aggressive one, or just one that you flick out to like keep range. So they're at the perfect time space for you to shoot, to kick or stuff like that.
Yeah. I felt like which fight was it? Was it Hoff, I think, when I feel like she ate quite a few of them, like
Yeah,
pressing onto you,
kicks
just
in
trying to
the
get the
face.
takedown.
Yeah. And I noticed as well, fighting at 52, most of these people, they're shorter than me. And I'm not that tall, I'm like 5'4". And all the fighters I fight, they're like 5'1" or 5'2". They're like shorter than me. And I'm used to fighting people taller than me. So like kicking them in the face is a bit easy.
Nice having the reach advantage.
Yeah.
Was it the Mahmoudi fight? I think you got the knockdown from that kick, and you were celebrating, weren't you?
You know why I did that? I was so tired in that fight, and I just wanted like 5 seconds off. My coach would be like, "Get down!" I just wanted a break. Let me just kick and like celebrate. And obviously, I wasn't gonna go down with her. She's a blue belt. She does jiu-jitsu for like 6 years. And my jiu-jitsu was rubbish at the time, so I just like, let me just leave her on the floor.
I remember the commentators were like, "Oh, not quite sure why she's celebrating just yet."
I wanted time off. I wanted a break. No, that was such a hard fight for me. That was such a hard fight for me mentally as well, because she was so strong. She was so persistent as well. And yeah, I don't even know. My head was like scrambled that fight. I literally went on like I just went like, I don't even know. I just went to like autopilot and just started fighting like autopilot that fight. She was so strong.
Yeah. Obviously, like I said, I'm not too knowledgeable about Muay Thai, but is elbows allowed in a lot of the rule sets that you fight under?
Yeah, I fight pro Muay Thai. I've been doing that for about 2 years. I've had about 6 pro Muay Thai fights. So yeah, I'm really experienced in elbows. I've cut a few people with elbows and stuff like that, and I know how to defend them. So I use elbows quite a lot, and knees as well. And I can't wait to use them in MMA as well, because you see so much openings in MMA to use elbows, like front elbows and stuff like that. We can't actually do that in amateur, like especially on the ground. Like we practice them sometimes at Team Underground. Yeah, there's so much opening, so I can't wait to do that.
Yeah, I was going to say you're going to be keen to be
pro.
going pro, so you can finally use them.
Like, a lot of people don't use elbows, especially the girls in MMA. Like, there's so much angles that you can use elbows like perfectly, especially that when you're using cage control and stuff like that. Just to use it, parry the hand down and elbow, like using angles and stuff like that. So yeah, I can't wait.
What openings are those you see when you like to use them elbows in?
Usually when you've got them up against the cage and you're pressing against them and their heads down, you can just use like the front elbow straight up the middle, And most of the people's guard, when they're shooting, you can just elbow them straight up in the middle as well. It's always there. Or you can use it as a fake, like hop in, parry the jab down and come over with the elbow and do stuff like that.
Yeah. What's been the highlight of your amateur career so far then? Has there been any for you?
I think it must have been my fight against Bezzy, the winner. When I won that fight, that's definitely because that was my hardest fight to date. I actually had to dig deep, and I got the win. I was losing that fight because I got point taken away from me for grabbing the cage. Yeah, I got the KO, the TKO, 6 seconds to go, and that was such a hard fight mentally. It was mentally draining, and to come away with that win against such a high level opponent as well. She just won the world championship.
Sorry,
She
was that
had
the one
like
with
so
the
much.
third round? Yeah.
Yeah, she's won the world championships. She's won so much fights, and to win that, I told Steve that the day after my MMA course, I was like, if I lost that fight, I was never gonna fight MMA again. It was so hard. But
Yeah.
yeah, I won it, so I'm happy.
I remember seeing a lot of people saying it was like an early stoppage. That must have been frustrated for you, people saying that.
Yeah, it's amateur straight away. Obviously for pro, I don't. It definitely wouldn't have been a stoppage, but for amateur, it definitely would have been because I remember hitting her. I think it was a right cross or something like that, and her literally she wobbled like and obviously the referee saw that and didn't want her to take that much damage. 'Cause obviously it's amateur, and no one's here to get hurt in amateurs. No one's getting paid, so yeah.
Yeah. It did look like she was fairly open as well to take like more shots after that. It looked like I did think it was a good stoppage, to be fair.
Yeah.
Have you got a prediction for this for your fight with coming up then? How do you see it going?
She's a striker, but I don't think it's gonna go past 1 round, to be honest. Like I'm putting everything into this fight. I'm fit already, so I can go out 100% from the bell to the end. And coming down to 52 kg, I feel so strong, so powerful, and my technique. And I'm not scared to go to the ground anymore. So my stand up is going to be flawless compared to the last time. And I was a bit more hesitant. So yeah, I think first round KO or take PKO definitely. Or
You
I
went
might
to
get
a.
submission. I want to get submission.
I was
I
gonna
want to
say
get
you
that
went
one
into a.
submission win.
Yeah.
Maybe it might happen. Maybe.
Test your jiu-jitsu skills then.
Yeah, I might keep it a secret. I don't want people to know. I want people to know. I want people to think I have no jiu-jitsu, so they'll take me down, and then I'll just come with that armbar, something like that.
Yeah. Now I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah,
Are you
it
look?
should be fun. It's like the first one with a crowd back, so we get a crowd back and everything. And obviously, I haven't fought in a year. I haven't won in like a year and 8 months. So it's been ages. That the first one back, I'm buzzing.
Yeah. Must be you're looking forward to getting like as active as possible in MMA again then. Because obviously I knew you were like really active before.
Yeah, definitely. I'm trying to make up for lost time. So I'm trying to fight for once every month. I got another MMA fight on Team Underground show. That's in August. So I'm booked up until like October as well. I'm trying to get Cage Warriors fight on the September card, trying to get a title fight for MMA. So if I win my next 3 MMA fights, hopefully I'll turn pro after that.
You keen to go after that Cage Warriors title still then?
But that's the one belt that I need in MMA, then I can finally turn pro.
Yeah. No, I'm looking forward to it. Looking forward to staying
Yeah.
active again this year.
Yeah, definitely.
I appreciate you talking to me, coming on for a chat. Cheers, Shanelle.
Thank you.